That first child will make you think you know what you're doing, and that second child will let you know that you don't, okay? What's up, you guys? Some of you may know me, most of you may not. My name is Kim, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I hope that you stay, and if you are returning, thank you, and I love you so much. As you can tell by the title of the video, today I'll be talking about 5 things that I wish I knew before transitioning into having 2 children. And this video could really go from going from 1 to 2, or just any amount of multiples after 1, honestly. But I'll be talking about regression in the oldest child or oldest children, sickness, mom guilt, time management / balance, as well as marriage or your relationship. So to start, regression. When I brought my baby home, if you haven't watched my postpartum video, I will link it down in the description below. I spoke a little bit about this there. I was with my 2 children by myself quite a bit in the beginning. So I had a 3-year-old, I had a newborn. My daughter already had a speech delay, and so pottying had came just a little bit later. So she had just gotten the hang of, hey, I need to use the bathroom, I have to go potty. She would even start to go by herself. These are big wins for us at this point because she's talking more, she can do these things. So when I brought him home, she started taking off of her pull-up. So the regression came in potty training form for me. She started taking off her pull-up. She would put her hand in the poop. She would begin, putting it on the floor. It was so stressful for me. I did not know why it was happening at the time. Obviously, I get on there, I'm Dr. Google. I will get on there and I will find something out. I will start asking questions because I just could not, for the life of me, understand what this came from. And that moves into the time management / balance portion of what I wish I would have known. Trying to balance having 2 children, a 3-year-old and a newborn, is extremely hard. I would say if there are things that you want to do, you need to put them in a list of, I absolutely want to do it and I absolutely don't. And if you don't need to do it, or if you don't want to do it, let it go. Cut that out of your schedule, okay? Just stick to the must-haves and the needs. So this time around, I was exclusively breastfeeding in the beginning. So I actually was not pumping while I was sitting home with my baby and my daughter. So during those moments, I would want to nurse, and I'm sitting there and it's taking about 20 minutes, and then she would want something and I'm like, well, I can't right now, I'm feeding the baby. And then after that, I have to burp the baby. And I think the regression played in the form of not getting as much attention as she did before the baby came. I mean, she was an only child for 3 years. All of our attention was on her, Whenever she needed something, we'd get up, we'd go. And that was a huge, huge change for her. And I didn't realize how big of a change that this would be for her. Even though we would talk about, okay, there's a baby coming and different little things. She's 3, at the time. She's not going to fully understand it. And her world was truly shook to the core having this new baby in the house. So that led me into the third thing, mom guilt. Because I did not have this balance that I wanted in the beginning, which I'm still trying to figure out, even though I'm about to have a 10-month-old and an almost, 4-year-old, the mom guilt. Feeling like I don't have enough time for my oldest baby. This been my girl for 3 years. So in order to deal with that and to combat those feelings of having mom guilt, I've now taken time out to be more deliberate with giving her her one-on-one time with me. And the same with her dad. He'll do the same with her. From there, I'll plan mommy daughter days where it's just me and her. We'll go out and the girls will get their nails done. We'll get ice cream. I'll take her to see a movie that she may like. The last time we went to see the Paw Patrol movie. She absolutely loved it. And it was just me and her. And I could tell she truly enjoyed herself. There was no baby. There was nobody else having to get my time and my attention. And it was beautiful to see her vocabulary growing and just having these back and forth conversations with me. And I loved it so much. I've also started doing sleepovers with me and her on the weekends. Every other weekend, it's mommy daughter sleepover night. She comes into my room, we in our cute little PJs, we're eating snacks, and we end the night watching a movie that she would like, whatever cartoon it would be that she wants to watch. And I'll start trying to have those conversations with her, how was school, and what did you learn, just to really up her vocabulary. Because like I said, my daughter had a speech delay. So these are things that I still try to incorporate even when, even when the girls are having fun. I'm not perfect with it. I'm still trying to figure out how. There are some days when the balance is not there. But I do my best to make up for it. So the fourth thing, being sick. When I first had my daughter, I was not sick quite as often. I maybe got sick like one time out of the year. When I mean sick, like when I get sick, I'm really sick, And she would get sick all the time at daycare. That's what kids do. Since I've had my son and he's went to daycare, she's going to daycare, I have been sick for like the past 4 months straight. My immune system is not what it used to be. If you got any tips or tricks on that, leave them down in the comment section below, because it is ridiculous. There's coughing, sneezing from everywhere. If your oldest child goes to daycare, they come home, they give the baby something, the baby is sick, the baby gives it to you. It's horrible. I absolutely don't like being sick. I'm on the back end of being sick now. So sickness, you will get sick. That's just how it is at this point. I used to be able to fight it off. I can't any longer. And the fifth thing, having a second child will be an added stressor to your marriage, to your relationship, to whatever you want to call it, your partnership, your companionship, the thing you're doing life with that person. It is a stressor. And I cannot stress that enough. It is a stressor. Because you are now shifting your focus from you two doing your own thing career-wise, as well as you could come home and give that attention to that one child. Now your attention is being pulled more ways. You might be trying to bathe one child and the other person is trying to feed this child or get this child calm. That's just how it is. You will have to be deliberate about spending that quality time with your significant other, because before you know it, there will be days where you will feel like you have not had an adult conversation with the person you live with in what feels like forever. You know, be intentional in the mornings when you are up. Stop. It's 30 seconds out of your day. Give your partner undivided attention. Say your good mornings. Give your hugs. Same for at night before you go to bed. When the kids are down, say your good nights. Give your kisses. Be deliberate about planning date nights and keeping that spark alive, because you can lose yourself in your children. You can lose yourself in your children, and then before you know it, your kids are grown, they out of the house, and you and your partner no longer know each other because you have not poured into the relationship that even created these children. Okay? So you have to be deliberate about that. And those are the 5 things that I wish I knew before transitioning from 1 child to 2. Honorary mention. Everything you thought you knew about that first child and you thought you were going to do it with the second, take that, put it in a nice little box, wrap it up, and send it on its way. It ain't going to happen like that, okay? That first child will make you think you know what you're doing, and that second child will let you know that you don't, okay? 2 different people. You're trying to get to the same end goal, but you got to take a different route. That's just how it is. But anyway, I hope that these 5 things that I didn't know, that I am telling you before you transition into having multiples besides 1 child, is helpful to you. And just let me know down in the comment section what it was like for you when you went from having 1 child to multiple children, because I feel like the stories that people tell, it's fascinating to see how we manage going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And thank you for watching if you have made it this far, and I will see you back here again next Sunday, same time. Don't be late.